is up, you guys? We're doing a Waycrest. I'm going to be pugging this Waycrest. I think it's a 17. Not 100% sure. About to find out. I don't know. They gave me leader, so it's not my key. But I'm going to be doing a route that I saw from another YouTuber. His name is Dark Mech. He's a really good Death Knight. Yeah, it's a 17. This first pull is generally easy, or at least this week is easy. Unlike bolstering or bursting or something like that, I can see how it would be tough. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna find our door. Let's see. Looks like it's upstairs. Okay, so we're gonna do the obelisk and take it. Let's see, hold on. I believe we're gonna take it all the way around. So yeah, we're gonna take it all the way around to the sisters first. Check. Yeah, so we want to go sisters first. That door's locked, okay. But from his video, he talked about how, even if you get a different door, generally it's better just to go to the sisters first, get that out of the way, and then make your way from here over. And this will be pretty close to exactly what he showed me, so, I can just, say that this is a guide for this dungeon, or at least a pull guide for the tanks. I'm going to try and do it as closely how he showed me as possible. Looks like we got to go upstairs. There was no need to do that. That's okay. Alright, so normally I just pull him to one of the sides. I don't think it really matters which side you pull him to. Just kill him, and then we'll pull this first pack right here. Gotta watch out for that on the ground, that AoE that the toads do. I think it disorients you. Then we're gonna run to the other side. Do this back. Alright, you want to make sure you always have aggro on the one that has the iris, for sure. So you need to pay attention to that during the fight, and taunt whenever they change. They'll give an audio cue, and you can physically see them, get the iris. We'll taunt her. I'm gonna lay on hands him. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I was a little late on the taunt there. Gonna interrupt her. Alright, swap to Selena. That was kind of bad on the DPS. Make sure that when she does soul manipulation, that whoever's getting manipulated, that they need to DPS them down quickly. That was pretty bad. Wasted a little bit of time there. This is like my least favorite boss out of this dungeon. I think the rest of it's pretty easy. I know the timer's pretty forgiving here as well. And then you'll make your way out of the doors and come down here and pull these packs. Now, I believe it's the captain. No, it's the guard. The guards do a shadow cleave. It does a lot of DPS to you as the tank, so you need to watch out for that. Need to have your mitigation up for that. Gonna interrupt that defense. Makes it last a little longer. I'm gonna Dark Iron Dwarf. Get rid of my stacks. And there may be a witch spawning here, maybe. But I'm gonna go ahead and start kiting a little bit. Yeah, nice. Having a monk really helps here as well for whatever that ability is she just used. Knocks him away, Ring of Peace. Yeah, that's it. Ooh, we got so many stacks. And then we're gonna go to the courtyard from here, and I'm gonna pull this pack of dogs. I'm gonna do the dogs. There's the sister, one of the ladies. So we need to watch out for them. They kind of come at random times, I believe. I've had runs where they came a lot earlier. I just pulled them with that pack before, but and then make sure with your Thorn Shapers that you're interrupting them. They can resurrect the other ads, the Thorn Guards. It's like reconstruct effigy, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, that right there. You need to make sure and interrupt that. But we're just gonna continue pulling out here in the courtyard. Our Mistweaver monk is pulling for me, which, I mean, I guess that's fine. You know, if they're confident, then interrupt that with that. Blinding light. I'm gonna stun this Thorn Shaper so that way they don't cast again before we kill them. And you can avoid that pack over here in the back where my cursor is. You don't need them. But we're gonna pull the Matron. You may need to have some mitigation up for that Thorn Barrage. It does do quite a bit of damage, especially if you have necrotic stacks up. And just don't stand in bad stuff, of course. Alright, and then for this boss, it's pretty much just tanking where he's at. When he gets to 30 stacks, 30-ish stacks of Soul Harvest, you're gonna need to run him into the fire, but I normally try and wait till about 30 stacks. You can bop people out of that right there. I'll go ahead and do that on him. Get him out of there. So he's at 22 stacks, right? 23 stacks. As soon as he hits 30, I'm gonna run him through this side over here. Fire's gone. Alright, so he's at 30, about 30 stacks. I'm gonna run him through here. And you need to make sure and run away from the ghosts the best that you can. And we're doing this without a heroism, it looks like. Nobody brought drums either, I would assume. So it's making it a little bit harder. Like normally he would have been dead by now in most other runs. Yeah, he's almost to his second stack of about 30 on Soul Harvest. Looks like we got him. And then we're going to make sure and avoid this pack over here on our right, and then we're going to start pulling in here. You need to pull everything that's in here as well. So make sure that you get every mob all the way down the hallway. You need that for the percentage as well. And it can get kind of hairy in here as well, especially with necrotic stacks, so you need to be smart about that. You can kite and do all that good stuff, but you may need to use a cooldown or something. See, I'm already at 30 stacks again, and I just used my Dwarf Racial. But a Ring of Peace is really good here as well. And your Consecrate, it'll slow them if you're spec'd into it, so you can just spam Consecrate until your stacks fall, even though it's not what I'm doing. I'm getting hit. There we go. Alright. Finally dropped my stacks. We can continue pulling. Throw some off heals. Paladin's heals are pretty strong now. I mean, this is pre-patch, so everything's subject to change, but especially with our off heals. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull these down here as well. And then you're done for this room after this pack, so all you need to do is pull them. I don't really know where they were going there, but it's fine. And now you need to make sure that you have these banquet steward people right here, these mobs, on focus, or you need to focus them down, one or the other, because they cast Dinner Bell, and that will silence you and anybody in their little AoE. So either keep them CC'd or. See, our necrotic stacks got pretty high there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that side as well. There's Thinner Bell. Looks like the Demon Hunter got it, or the Warrior. Oh, I'm getting stuck over here. For sure need to let Necrotic stack before the next pull. I don't have anything for it. If you have a really competent group and you think you could, I would probably suggest pulling everything outside over there. I had stunned that Dinner Bell. But yeah, I would suggest pulling everything outside, all of these, and then AoEing everything down. You can probably get away with that, especially with a good group. Lots of AoE. And we're going to pull Ral. He's a pretty straightforward boss as well. A lot of the times you can stand in just about everything here. It's not going to affect you the same way it would affect a DPS. Like Tenderize, like it doesn't really do much at all to you. Now call servant's really important. He's going to call 3 ads. You need to make sure that your DPS are either swapping to them, CCing them, preferably both. So I'm going to hodge that one over there. I'm going to blind them. We got Ring of Peace. I got too far away from him there, and he was out of melee range. So he does that consume all. Does quite a bit of AoE damage to everybody. I'll lay on hands him. Put wings here for some extra DPS. Probably should have gone short Hodge here. Probably would have helped, but biggest thing to watch out for here is going to be your necrotic stacks for sure. Especially with all the little ads coming up. Try and do as much damage over there as I can to help them out. I'm doing as much DPS as our Fury Warrior, which is not very good, but make it work. I mean, it still looks like we're on pace to time it, assuming, you know, nothing drastic happens. I would say this is one of the easier dungeons to do, for sure, once you learn the route. Oh, we gotta go do obelisk.
You go on, find Lady Waycrest, settle the score.
Oh, dear. Seems you have slaughtered my entire household. The carnage is dripping through the floorboards.
Make sure you don't get hit by that. If you're a DPS, I mean, it's a pretty big deal. Even as a tank, you know, your objective should be to run out of that. Makes it really hard on your healers. And the higher in keys you go, the more your healers are going to want to DPS. So, you know, you're having to swap between DPSing and, you know, healing you because you want to stay in a dark fury, then, you know, it's aggravating. But I always pull this obelisk and just tank it right here, because the next obelisk that we're going to go to, it's going to allow us to skip all the way to the second to last boss. So looks like this group may oh, and also there's going to be a witch that spawns here there. What I was saying, it kind of looks like this group has probably never done it this way, or done this dungeon this way. But these maggots are applying a lot of stacks of necrotic. I feel like I'm gonna die. Alright, and then before you get in this obelisk, always make sure you open the door. And then we're gonna come get in the obelisk. We're gonna take the blob. Try and do a little bit of DPS before I go. Looks like they want to snap it, so. And I prefer to do spider with last boss. I don't know. Is on as many dungeons as I can. I prefer it that way. You know, the spider boss is pretty easy, and maybe on way higher keys it becomes an issue, but you know, for now. But always just pull this guy down here in this last room. Trying to heal him. There he is. Always just trying to pull this down to here in this last room before you fight the second to last boss. And this next pull is pretty tough as well. I have everything up for it, so I'm not super concerned. We need to kill this tentacle before we do anything else. That's not how that went down, but okay. I was gonna say, hey, we should let the healer get mana, but alright, and these mobs, the sisters, are going to put little candles on the ground, and you should see it. It reduces their damage taken by like 90%. It's pretty big, so you need to make sure and pull them out of that, otherwise it's going to take ever to kill them. See, warding candles, she just placed it down. We're going to interrupt her with our shield. Have a lot of necrotic. Okay. I'm gonna res him just that way, alright. So that way our healer could, get some mana. But this is pretty, this last boss, or the second to last boss here is pretty easy. For you as a tank anyways. Your DPS just need to take that out, and then the healer should dispel it. Take it out. So looks like we all got hit there. Running triple melee is pretty tough for this. Lady Waycrest, and then we just need to interrupt that on her. Wrecking Cord, make sure you interrupt that. Check our healer's mana. Alright, so I believe there's a strategy where everyone stays up here that's ranged, and they don't jump to you, but we don't have any range, so I guess it matters. I take these slow, unless you're like really low on time, thinking I gotta make it, you can pull them, but or pulled a lot of them at once, but they do a lot of damage, and especially on like a bursting week, I would say make sure you have cooldowns and err on the side of caution.
They could not destroy me.
Yeah, see, the monk wanted to pull more there. That's fine. You know,
Countless years I waited to enact my vengeance.
once I get to about 20 stacks, I'm gonna clear it with my racial.
Your mother provided me the means. Lady Waycrest was merely a vessel for my power. By destroying her, you have opened the doorway to your world.
Alright, so as you see, we're completely done with
Your nightmare
our percentage. And now you do get, I believe it's 2% for this obelisk, or 1%. So there may have been something that, you know, I could have skipped there, but
Manor is making its way to us. Sterntide and I will hold them here. Let's finish this.
I'm really interested to see how they handle the ads here. It's going to be interesting. I've had trouble with groups that don't do enough damage to the ads. You know, I don't have anything to stop that lingering doubt. So, and like that should never happen in your group. Like if you have triple melee like we do, I mean, you know, reality is that none of the ads, even the boss, really shouldn't get anything off. And as a tank, you need to prioritize. He's going to cast Darkened Lightning. You need to make sure you're interrupting that for the rest of the fight. You need to make sure you burn these ads before that he casts Dread Essence, I believe is what it's called. But, and the only form of CC that those guys take is stuns, so bringing stuns to this is really good. Dread Essence, yeah, that's it. All of them need to be dead before you cast that. And not only dead, but you need to burn them as well. But as a tank, you really don't have to worry about that too much. It's going to be more along the lines of your healers, your DPS, just really whoever decides to take on that responsibility. You know, there should be somebody that says, hey, I'll take that on and do that, but it looks like our healer's taking care of it, so. Taunt it, bring it here. I don't have any stuns for it, but it looks like our Demon Hunter did. Looks like that's all she wrote for that, and that was a 17 Waycrest. You know, we could have done it a lot better, a lot quicker for sure. But I think it went overall pretty well. Alright, and I hope you guys learned something. This was just a kind of an impromptu run. I plugged into this. This is an entire pug. But hopefully you can watch this video and then kind of remember the route, practice the route maybe in heroics, but well, there's no obelisk in heroics, so you can't. But you know, plug into some lower keys, practice your obelisk running like on a 10 or an 11. It's really good. I learned it from Dark Mech on YouTube. He's a pretty good Mythic Plus tank. So hopefully you guys got something out of it. You guys can go check out his channel. I bet he would like that a lot. And I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.